Good day, Sister VegaNata here. Thank you for joining me for episode number 2. My name is Renata Rhodes. My journey began in the fall of 2005. I was living in Connecticut, married with a young child, 50 pounds overweight with eczema on my skin and psoriasis in my scalp. I had severe acne. Also, my son had eczema, allergies, and severe asthma. I was anemic, low iron in my blood, and often very tired with low energy and depressed. I was very stressed out, helping my husband run 3 businesses and taking care of a household. I sought the Lord and I asked him for strength, for a miracle to change my life. He answered my prayer. I was looking through the neighborhood paper, and there was an ad for a health seminar for improved energy, weight loss, and vitality. It was being held at a local church community center in town, and it was happening on a Sunday afternoon. So I planned to be there. Now, while I was there were friendly, lively people who had testimonials of newfound health and vitality in their lives. There were healthy refreshments, colorful salads and desserts. I listened to others share their story. Many of them were much older than me, sharing about their chronic ailments that this health program had freed them from, and as a result, being taken off of medications. I was curious to learn more about this program. So I registered for the 9-week workshop to learn what it was that so many of them were living pain-free, energetic, and vibrant lives. Now, these workshops were the start of my health journey. I learned the beneficial laws of health and that I am a 3-part being: body, mind, and spirit. And these 3 parts are interconnected and must be fed to be healthy. Each week, there was a nutritional lesson that was a building block for healthy living, and I'd like to share them with you. The first lesson, week 1, was about living foods and their benefits. Living foods are the greatest source of all minerals and second greatest source of all vitamins like potassium and magnesium. They have fiber, lower the acidity in the body, and are rich sources of protein like broccoli, spinach, kale, peas, edamame, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, collards, winter squash, and avocados, and a major source of energy. Living foods include raw fruits and vegetables, oily foods like raw nuts and seeds, cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, whole grains, beans, and lentils. I learned to eat to fuel my body to reduce my weight. The second week was about cleansing and understanding the body's incredible system of elimination. The major players being our lungs, skin, colon, and kidney system, and the secondary organs of elimination, which are our eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. Learning about cleansing or improving elimination was tantamount to improving my health. Week 3, next building block, pure air. You may have heard you can live weeks without eating, days without drinking, but only fleeting minutes without breathing. 96% of our nutritional needs come from air. We need the oxygen for cell metabolism to turn food into energy. I was made aware of the importance of air quality, especially in my home. I was using products that were pollutants and irritants to my family, particularly my son. I decided to detox my home and eliminated products that were very harsh and abrasive, and added cleaning products and personal care products that were all natural and pure. The next building block was exercise. I know, a dirty word for some of you, and you may have even preferred to use the words physical activity. I learned that exercise or physical activity reduces the following risks: premature death, developing and or dying from heart disease, developing high blood pressure and high cholesterol, colon cancer, breast cancer, and diabetes. It also improves balance, builds and maintains healthy muscles, bones, and joints. It reduces the appearance of aging and reduces depression and anxiety. I started a regimen of stretching, aerobic walking, and hiking and yoga. I recommend that you check with your physician first before starting any activity. Start slow with activities that you enjoy, whether it's swimming or Zumba. The next building block is clean water. Second to oxygen, water is our most important nutrient. Water is beneficial in helping stabilize or cool the body. It transports nutrients, dilutes, and carries away waste. It bathes every cell and hydrates our skin. A little bonus: raw fruits and some vegetables act as a twofer. Not only are they rich in vitamins and minerals, but they are also packed with water. I recommend you take your weight in pounds and divide it by two. Drink that number in ounces each day. I started drinking distilled water once I realized how dehydrated I was. The next building block was sunshine. Sunshine helps to lower our blood pressure and blood sugar. It increases our cardiac output and stress tolerance, strengthens our immune system, and draws toxins out of the skin. It balances our hormones, production, including metabolism and vitamin D. It reduces our resting heart rate, destroys fungus and candida. Sunlight can also increase serotonin production, which can alleviate depression and fatigue. I started gardening and hiking in the sunshine. The next block: stress and rest. Now, Webster defines stress as a physical, chemical, or emotional factor that causes bodily or mental tension and may be a factor in disease causation. There is, however, some good stress and some bad stress. Stress can cause hormonal imbalance that affect emotions, the brain, body temperature, muscles, and energy level. Some of my stressors were divorce, financial burdens, moving from Connecticut to the DC metropolitan area, to name a few. Some stresses come not only from what we do, but how we react to the external world. Our body often responds to stress with a fight, flight, or freeze response. Some of my methods of managing my stress was exercise or physical activity and laughter. Sometimes I had to laugh so I didn't cry. Now, Webster also defines rest to be the freedom from activity or labor, a state of motionlessness or inactivity. To get rest by lying down. Rest is necessary for energy, concentration, and efficiency. Sleep aids with waste elimination, circulates minerals, vitamins, and hormones. It produces most of the infection-fighting substances that help you recover from illness and injury. It also allows the body to produce the natural human growth hormone, HGH. Also, in this lesson, I learned about forgiveness for health. I learned to forgive and be tolerant of myself and others, and that forgiving is healing. The next week, emotions and attitude. Webster defines mood as a conscious state of mind or predominant emotion. Webster defines emotion as a state of feeling. I learned about the immense impact on my thoughts and state of mind on my emotions in my body. I learned that I could control my emotions by practicing prayer and meditating on God's word, guarding what I spoke, choosing positive friends, and choosing my thoughts and deciding to think more positively with actions that affected my well being. Last, but certainly not least, was the building block of biblical principles and foundation. This required delving into a relationship with God and getting inspired by the biblical teachings and learning why spiritual health is just as important as physical, mental, and emotional health. In this lesson, I had to overcome gluttony and learn moderation in all areas of my life. Now, after these 9 weeks, I lost 50 pounds. My skin conditions disappeared along with my son's. My son no longer needed an inhaler or nebulizer. Our overall health improved, and my energy increased dramatically. I have lived this lifestyle now for 20 years. I decided to become a health minister and started my business, Sister VegaNata. And now I, in fact, teach this 9 week workshop and teach others to learn this holistic lifestyle. I am also a certified holistic nutritionist and a certified health and wellness coach. My goal is to help others who are looking for something different and want to learn more about this lifestyle to begin their health journey. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this lifestyle, please feel free to comment. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and God bless.